Welcome to CNewsNow.
He was never meant to wear the robes of a dynasty. He was born to sing. Yet now he stands at the center of one of the most controversial dramas in Chinese entertainment. Why did The Prisoner of Beauty, a wildly successful hit, turn Liu Yuning into a lightning rod for criticism? And how did this quiet actor win the hearts of many, despite the storm? Today we uncover the truth behind the drama, the backlash, and the man who refused to break. This is the story of Liu Yuning, China's most unexpected leading man. Why Liu Yuning's acting in The Prisoner of Beauty sparked a firestorm, but still won hearts. Once upon a time in the glittering world of Chinese drama, a rising idol dared to step beyond the microphone and into the fierce battlefield of costume dramas. His name? Liu Yuning. A man once known for his voice, now standing at the center of a firestorm of criticism. The Battleground? A historical romance drama that swept through Chinese streaming platforms like wildfire. The Prisoner of Beauty. This wasn't just a typical period series, with stunning visuals, a gripping storyline of enemies turned lovers, and a highly anticipated reunion of Liu Yuning and Zuer. The drama had all the makings of a blockbuster. And yet, behind the dazzling numbers and trending hashtags, a quiet war was brewing, one centered on Liu Yuning himself. From fame to fire. When The Prisoner of Beauty finally aired in early 2025, after nearly 2 years in limbo due to Zuer's past tax controversy, fans rejoiced. The show was everything they had hoped for: romantic tension, sword fights, tearful betrayals, and intoxicating glances. But the spotlight quickly turned harsh. Audiences began to voice their disappointment, and Liu Yuning, despite being one of the most recognizable faces in the industry, became the target of intense backlash. The main accusation? He doesn't belong in costume dramas. Some critics on Douban, the fierce watchdogs of Chinese pop culture, claimed his expressions were flat, robotic even. They said he recited lines without emotional nuance, and worst of all, lacked chemistry with his co-star Zuer. His face, though handsome, was called awkward in period costume. He looks like a modern man forced into a dynasty, one comment read. Another simply stated, he ruins the immersion. The war of words was relentless. A voice that carried dreams. To understand this storm, we need to look at where Liu Yuning came from. Unlike many of his peers who graduated from prestigious acting academies, Liu's story was one of grit. He rose from internet obscurity as a cover singer, climbing the charts through raw talent and unshakable determination. He was never supposed to be a leading man in ancient dramas, but perhaps that's why The Prisoner of Beauty hit harder, for both his fans and his critics. For some, it was a betrayal of artistic standards. For others, it was the very embodiment of a dreamer who dared to try. His fans rallied, defending his growth. He's learning, they said. He's not perfect, but he's improving. And they weren't entirely wrong. The other half of the screen saw Zuer's glow. Amid the storm, there was one constant beacon of praise: Zuer. Her performance was unanimously hailed as a triumph. Whether it was the furious slap she delivered in a moment of betrayal or the silent tears streaming down her cheeks in scenes of heartbreak, her emotional range captivated audiences. Critics noted how she carried many of the emotionally weighty scenes. Even in moments of intense confrontation with Liu Yuning's character Wei Xiao, it was Zuer who seemed to lead the emotional rhythm. In fact, some even joked, she's not just acting with him, she's acting for both of them. But was that entirely fair? The subtle art of stillness. Let's rewind. Yes, Liu Yuning's performance lacked theatrical flair. But not all characters demand fireworks. Wei Xiao, the stoic and wounded general, was never meant to be flamboyant. A Reddit thread argued that Liu's restrained performance was misunderstood. He wasn't emotionless, he was internal. You could see the war in his eyes, not his voice, wrote one fan. And indeed, some international viewers found his quiet demeanor refreshing. In a landscape filled with exaggerated expressions, his subtle glances, low tones, and soft-spoken pain felt real. Maybe Liu Yuning wasn't trying to be your typical male lead. Maybe he was trying to be honest. The duality of fame. Fame is a fickle thing. While The Prisoner of Beauty climbed the charts, the noise surrounding Liu Yuning's performance only grew louder. His name trended, not for accolades but for questions. Was he miscast? Was it the fault of the director? Should singers stick to singing? These questions aren't new in Chinese entertainment, but for Liu they cut deeper. Every frame, every word was dissected under a microscope that few others faced. Still, he remained silent. No dramatic Weibo posts. No bitter interviews. Just more rehearsals. More work. That's the thing about Liu Yuning. He doesn't fight back with words. He fights with persistence. Beauty is subjective, so is acting. The very title of the series, The Prisoner of Beauty, may be more ironic than anyone expected. Because in a way, Liu Yuning is its perfect prisoner. Caged by beauty standards he can't control. Trapped by public expectations of what a costume drama should look like. Judged by a lens that may never fully accept his kind of talent. And yet, the same audience who mocked him couldn't stop watching. In the final episodes, as Wei Xiao stood on the battlefield, scarred, silent and loyal till the end, there was something haunting in Liu Yuning's gaze. It wasn't traditional acting, but it was honest. And sometimes honesty lingers longer than performance. The bigger picture. When you strip away the controversy, the drama, and the headlines, what remains? A show that broke streaming records. A female lead who shined like a comet. And a male lead who, for better or worse, made people feel something. The Prisoner of Beauty may not be Liu Yuning's perfect role, but it is his most defining one so far. Because through it, he faced the cruelest kind of spotlight and kept walking. He may not have won over every critic, but he earned something far more enduring: curiosity. What will he do next? Will he grow? Will he surprise us again? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. Liu Yuning is no longer just a singer. He is, in all his imperfect glory, an actor. Whether you love him or not, Liu Yuning has become one of the most talked about names in Chinese drama this year. But what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Was the criticism fair? Or is he an actor growing before our very eyes? If you enjoyed this deep dive, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell for more untold stories from the world of C Entertainment. This is CNewsNow, where the drama never stops.